Welcome to our deep dive into the world of clinical trials. Think of it like this. You wouldn't buy a house without knowing the mortgage payments, right? You wouldn't casually agree to foster a baby hippopotamus without figuring out where it's going to sleep or how much it eats in a day. Well, clinical trials, my friends, are kind of like both of those things combined, just with less poop. Developing new drugs and therapies is a risky business. It's a long and expensive process, sort of like trying to get a straight answer out of a politician. So, buckle up as we break down the costs, the consequences of cost overruns, and why understanding the financial side of clinical trials is crucial for success. Right off the bat, let's talk about budget planning. We're talking personnel, clinical site costs, patient recruitment, data management, and regulatory fees. Budget planning should consider average costs. Phase 1 costs around $2.5 million, Phase 2 costs around $8.5 million, and Phase 3 costs around $21.4 million. Before you get too excited about changing the world, you need to know if you can actually afford it. Are you going to fund this yourself? Or are you going to hit up investors like a pharmaceutical Oliver Twist? Remember, proper budget planning is crucial for success. Even with the best planning, things can go sideways faster than a game of Jenga played on a roller coaster. Let's be honest, nobody invests in a sinking ship. When it comes to clinical trials, transparency is key to building trust with your stakeholders. Investors want to know their money is being used wisely, not being spent on diamond-encrusted pipettes or personalized lab rat sweaters. Ah, yes, the government. Regulatory bodies like the FDA here in the US or the EMA in Europe want to make sure your trial is up to snuff. And that, my friends, comes at a cost. We're talking mountains of paperwork and audits that would make even the most honest person sweat. Choosing the right sites and vendors is like assembling a crack team of superheroes. You need the best of the best, but the best often come with a hefty price tag. It's time to put on your best poker face and negotiate like your life depends on it. You've planned, you've budgeted, you've assembled your dream team. Now it's time to make sure you're not flushing money down the drain. Metaphorically speaking, of course. Imagine this. You're so close to the finish line you can practically taste victory. But then, disaster strikes. You run out of funding. This is why understanding costs from the get-go is so crucial. Developing new treatments is a marathon, not a sprint. So when you're thinking about the costs of a clinical trial, you need to think beyond the next quarter, beyond the next fiscal year. Are you prepared for the possibility of setbacks and unexpected expenses? Thanks for joining us on this journey through clinical trial costs. Understanding these expenses ensures that the trial proceeds smoothly, meets regulatory standards, and produces reliable, high-quality data.